everybody. Welcome back to another hot episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all of your favorite TV series from yesteryear and then discuss it over a, weird bottle of alkaline water. I'm your boy, Patrick M. Dunn, and I'm joined here, as always, by the quizmaster herself, Kat Halstead, the author. Welcome back, girl. Welcome back.
Oh, that's right. I am a quizmaster. I forgot all about that until just now.
Yes. If you follow our YouTube page, 3 years ago, we did South Park and Simpsons trivia one night. So you can, I don't know if it's still there, but
It is. It's still there.
Check it out. Actually, don't. It's really not that good. It's very poorly put together. And one of them, I just disappear in the middle of it because I don't know.
Yeah, you just disappear.
Yeah, I just disappear. Game was over.
And we're like, where is he?
I never came back.
And then you got upset because you didn't win.
Yeah, maybe that's why I left. I think I was just upset because I I destroyed the general trivia one. And then we did Simpsons, and then for some reason we came back for South Park trivia, and I just didn't do too good at it, I guess.
Yeah, no, you drank a lot too, so that was probably part of it.
Yeah, that's probably part of it too. I might have vomited too. Actually, I think that's why I got off.
But to be fair, it was the height of the pandemic.
Yeah, it was month 2. We were 65 days deep, not that far along. Mm-hmm. We still thought the end was on the horizon, and apparently it wasn't.
Right? I was looking at my Facebook memories today, and I have one that's all oh my god, I get to go back to the office on Sunday.
Did you?
Yeah, I got to go back.
Gather your belongings?
A few days before the lockdown ended.
Oh, okay.
Because I had to do transcription. And at that point, we had no way to set up to do it from home.
Okay. Can I call you Kat Halstead the transcriptor from now on?
Transcriber.
Oh, transcribor?
Yes, transcriber.
All right, we'll go with that. You know what? I'll try to remember it next week. I probably completely forget it.
Totally will.
You know what? I've already forgotten. I've already forgotten. It's right out of my head. All right. So, yeah, today's episode's going to be very interesting because we decided to go into a game show world, and it might not have been a good idea, not in hindsight.
I don't know where Patrick found it, but he found one.
It's interesting. It's an interesting combo. It's got celebrities in it, and cheap decor, cheap set decorations. Looks like cardboard to me.
I literally said, this set looks so unsafe. They look like they're all about to fall apart.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to see behind the scenes photos of how this is set up because the grainy YouTube version that we found doesn't really do the set justice. So I don't know. Maybe that adds to the cheapness of it. But I mean, it is 1982 television, so you know.
This game confused me. I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't know what was going on. I just nothing made sense to me at all. I was like, what is, wait, how did this person get points? Why is that person gone? Why is there a new person? Why is nobody explaining the rules of this game?
Yeah, and the game just ends mid-quiz too, because I guess they'll run out of time and the game just ends till the next day. So we didn't even get to see if this person won or not.
Yeah, I'm just Alex Trebek, man, what are you doing to us?
Yeah, let us hang it. Jeopardy would dare not do that to us. I don't think I've ever seen a 2-part episode of Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune.
Not like that, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. So we picked a show called Battlestars, which was a short-lived NBC daytime game show that lasted from 1981 to 1982 in its original run. So we got 128 episodes.
Hold on. We got to be clear. It started on October 26th, 1981 and ended on April 23rd, 1982. It was 6 months.
Yes.
This thing was around. That's it.
They canceled it to bring in another game show. I guess in the summer. I don't know. They canceled it for another game show, but that game show didn't do too hot. Mm-hmm. So they brought it back in 1983 for 65 episodes. So they had hope for it, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's just not a very well thought out game.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me. I was like, is it like Hollywood Squares or the match game? What am I just didn't get it.
So this is a ripoff of Hollywood Squares. But I really wouldn't call it a ripoff because it's actually made by the same production company.
Okay.
So it's kind of just like Hollywood Squares 2. They bring up 2 contestants, and then they have a panel of 6 celebrities. And you have to make a triangle, I think. You have to get questions right and make a triangle or win a a diamond shape. I don't know. It's weird.
But that's the thing. I didn't know what they were trying to go for. Like, and I didn't know how they were picking who was going because none of it made sense. Like, none of this game made sense to me at all.
They never explained the rules, so they just assumed that in like 40 years' time, two assholes on the internet will watch this and try to figure out the rules.
The internet they never even knew would exist.
Yeah, I guess they just assumed this had like a very dedicated fan base, so they just kind of knew day to day. Because like even like the shows that are on now, like Family Feud and Jeopardy and all that, like they explain the rules every episode because you never know. This could be someone's first time like dipping into this world.
Like they always explain the rules on Double Dare.
Of course. Well, I mean, because they're different games, though. Let's be real, like different.
But you know what I mean, like
I have the official rules written down according to Wikipedia. So do you want a quick summary of this, just to try to like?
Please try to make it make sense because it doesn't make sense to me.
All right, so every episode of the show featured 6 celebrities, and they sat in 2 rows. So there's a bottom row and a top row, but in like triangular shaped frames.
Okay.
So the lower edge of the top row became the upper edge of the bottom one, and there were numbers 1 through 10 appeared at the corners of each frame, and they would like the contestants would like hit like a plunger type thing, and it would kind of just spin and just pick a random number or a random celebrity. The 2 contestants, they'd have to if they push the plunger, they stop a flash and randomizer, and one number is highlighted and it associates with the corner of one of the celebrities' triangles. And then if the number happens to correspond to one or more celebrities, the contestant had to choose which one. So it could be like the top one or the bottom one. The host would ask a question, and the celebrity would it would just like Hollywood Squares. Like the celebrity would say like a funny answer at first, and then give their like serious answer, and then the contestant had to either agree or disagree with the response. You had to capture like a triangle. So like you'd move the pieces around and like capture a triangle.
Okay.
Was the goal, I guess. I get like what's Hollywood Squares, you have to make like a tic-tac-toe kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. And then so they would do like a round, and then whoever loses the round gets like kicked off the show, and they bring in a new person.
Oh my goodness.
And then like in between each round, they would do guess, like they would have like a picture of a celebrity, but they would put like numbers over their face, like little cards, and they'd be offered like $10,000 if they can get it if they can guess the celebrity's face with only 3 cards removed. If they got it wrong, then they would like unlock another card or number, and it would reveal more of the picture, and like until they either guessed it or got it wrong. And we get 2 rounds of that. We get 2 celebrities, and I actually guessed the first one. It was Brooke Shields, by the way. I got it like
that one I got. The other one I was like,
was it Tom Bosley? I can't remember.
It was Tom Bosley, yeah.
Tom Bosley. Okay. At first I thought it was B. Arthur. Like just like I think they showed the eyebrows and like part of the mouth, and it looked very B. Arthur-y to me.
Yes.
So some exciting things about the show is that it's hosted by Alex Trebek. So we're in obviously a pre-Jeopardy world, because he didn't really join Jeopardy till like the late 80s, I think, right?
I think mid 80s. I don't know. Let's see what IMDb has to say. 1984 he joined Jeopardy. I cannot talk today.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
I have to replace you. All right, yeah. So 1984 to 2020 was Alex Trebek's reign of terror on that show. And then before him, there's actually another guy from 64 to 79 named Art Fleming. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I did not. I actually thought the show started with Alex Trebek, but I guess it didn't, so I don't know.
My mother was a die-hard Jeopardy fan. We watched it every night, and she auditioned for it multiple times trying to get on.
To be a contestant?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have a question for you. Really hot question for you. So is Jeopardy easier now because we're older, or they're just asking stupider questions?
I think they're asking easier questions.
Okay. I don't know, because I feel like I watch it sometimes, and I'm like kicking ass at Jeopardy. And I'm like, I don't know if they're just really easy, or I just know more.
I mean, to be fair, I do think both of us kind of dig trivia. So we could probably do decently, like, sitting at home watching it. Like, we were Tom Hanks and Carrie Fisher in The Burbs, like, keeping score and stuff.
Yes, yes. I think it was like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now. I sent you a TikTok clip, and it was like a TV show category run on Jeopardy, and they were just the easiest ones. And these people
were so easy.
And these people were not getting them. Like one of them was like Grey's Anatomy, and as someone who's only seen like 4 episodes, like I knew the answer.
Yeah, same.
And that, like, these were like people in their early 20s, like they should know this shit. Like they should know what was Sloan Memorial, is that the name of the hospital?
I honestly don't remember.
Whatever the name of the hospital was. So I was like, oh, Grey's Anatomy. Like as I've only seen 4 episodes, I knew that.
I mean, I know it's not the hospital from St. Elsewhere.
Well,
Chicago Hope, ER, etc. You know, like there's only so many hospitals it would be, and we know they're not going to ask like about a daytime show in that kind of category.
Yeah, and they're not going to say the name of the Scrubs Hospital, which I think is Sacred Heart Memorial or something like that.
I think so. I don't know.
Who cares? All right, so we picked an episode of Battlestars that aired on April 6, 1982. It was a Tuesday night, or a Tuesday day, actually. It's
Tuesday morning.
Yes, so I actually got the daytime lineup today. And
okay, oh my god.
And this is...
Sorry, I'm like super excited because you know I like my daytime TV.
Yeah, this is pretty lit. We got a mixture of reruns, like syndicated shows, classic daytime shows, game shows. You ready? You sitting down for this?
Yeah.
Want to start off with the boys of the alphabet, ABC, see what they're...
Yeah, what did ABC give us?
All right.
In April 1982.
All right, so I'm sure we had like GMA, Good Morning America, on in the morning, because I don't have any data until 11 a.m. So things kick off at 11. They kick off the day with syndicated reruns of The Love Boat.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Kind of weird for it to just kind of air in the morning, I think. I don't know.
This is what I remember about ABC, like when we were really young. Like these are fuzzy memories. But, like, they would air syndicated shows for, like, a little bit in the morning between, like, after live, but before, like, their lineup really kicked in.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a palate cleanser, so to say?
Yeah.
Kind of prepping the audience for all new television.
Because remember, this is long before we were assaulted with The View every morning.
That is true. Barbara Walters and Gal Pals didn't exist yet. Well... They did, but they just didn't fucking annoy us at 11 a.m. Instead, we got, I don't know, celebrities on a fucking Caribbean cruise. And, I don't know, shenanigans ensue. 12 o'clock. It's actually a familiar show. You know this. Family Feud.
Family Feud. We enjoy a good Family Feud.
All right. Who hosted in 1982? Do you know?
Was it still the kissy guy?
Dawson? Richard Dawson?
Yeah.
He was on it from 76 to 85, so...
Yeah, so this is before the dude we, like, think of when we think of Family Feud.
Steve Harvey?
No, not Steve Harvey. The other guy. Not Louis Anderson.
The
guy we grew up with. You know who I'm talking about. I cannot remember his name.
The guy from Seinfeld who played Peterman?
Ray Combs.
Oh, yeah, him. Yeah, he was on it till, like, the 90s.
Well, he died in 1996.
Shit.
It was a suicide.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, no, because he... Okay, hold on. He was, like, destroying the stuff in his house, banging his head against the walls, fell into the jacuzzi. His ex-wife had to show up and tell them that he was suicidal. And he had spent the previous week in the hospital for a suicide attempt.
Oh, wow.
They put him on a psychiatric hold for 72 hours, and he unalived himself by hanging by his bed sheets.
All right. Well, R.I.P. Ray Combs. Sorry you're no longer here with us. Sorry that Family Feud took you down a dark path. Because, let's be real, it probably taken me down a dark path, too. Have to do all those fucking surveys every day that I always disagree with. I'm like, what do you mean lipstick red's not the most popular color? Who wears purple?
I do.
Any guesses what's on at 12:30 on ABC for a half hour following Family Feud?
Ryan's Hope.
Yes, Ryan Soap. This was a soap opera about a bar, right?
Yeah. So it was about the Ryan family. They owned a bar in New York City. I've only seen like a little bit here and there, like back when SoapNet was still a thing.
Yeah.
But it was never like on a time when I could really watch it. So
Was Jake from Melrose Place was on it too, if I recall correctly?
I believe so. And oh gosh, who was it? I'm trying to find names you would actually know, and I'm not finding any.
Yeah, I'm like scrolling through this cast list and I know like none of these names. Like Michael Hawkins? Who the fuck is that? Oh, Kate Mulgrew was on the show.
But then I accidentally clicked on the cast of All My Children. I know who was on All My Children.
Alright, who cares?
Yeah, like there's like there are names I have heard brought up in the like Ron Hale was on there. He later played Mike Corinthos on General Hospital. Eileen Kristen, she and I are Facebook friends.
Oh my god. What do you guys
She used to be on One Life to Live though as Roxy.
do you guys like interact with each other?
Not really.
I was like, do you like her? She like will post a pic of her grandkids or something, and you'll like do a little like care emoji to it, or like or something, like or tell her Happy Easter or something.
Oh, dude, Earl Hindman from Home Improvement was on Ryan's Hope.
You know what? I think we talked about this before. I think we did bring this up. I think the last time we might have done Home Improvement, maybe. I think it's
Nell Carter was on Ryan's Hope.
okay. I know that name.
Justin Dees was on it. He later found great success on Guiding Light. Catherine Hicks, the mom from Seventh Heaven, which I think might be my next binge.
No, you do.
You're like, don't do it.
Somehow, Seventh Heaven TikTok found its way into my algorithm, and it's fucking horrible. It's
I
you know,
find it so hilarious because it's like, what was this show? What were we watching?
all I know is that Ruthie, the youngest daughter, is a fucking savage. She is a complete savage. There's an episode.
Oh my.
There's an episode of I only saw this because I saw this clip like 3 days ago. There's a picture of her. She's like in school, like her little Catholic school, a Christian school, whatever the fuck it is, whatever denomination of Christianity there. She's like in her school. She's sitting down, like drawing or something, and she's wearing a blue like baseball cap on, and it's backwards. And then her fucking condescending teacher comes over, and she's like, "Ruthie, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm just like drawing a picture of a cat or something." And she's like, "What are you wearing?" And she's like, "Oh, this is this new hat that my mom and dad bought me."
Yes,
and
I
she's
saw that one too.
and the teacher's like, "That is a gang sign." And she's like, "Well, my mom and dad got this for me, and we're not in a gang." And it's fucking. All I remember about that show, Seventh Heaven, is there was like always a gang. Like there was always gang violence or something going on nearby the Camdens, and I don't know why.
No, there's totally one where like somebody tried like God, I think it's Misha Barton tries to get married and join a gang.
Yeah, there's always like one of the kids is always like almost mixed up in gang violence, and like where do they live? Like, do they live in like fucking downtown LA? Like where the fuck do the Camdens live? Like I feel like they live in like Kansas or something.
No, it's California. It's like just outside of. It's like just a little Los Angeles suburb type thing.
Like Burbank, maybe.
Maybe.
Glendale, one of those places. I don't know.
Oh my god.
This show just made it seem like that, like gang violence was going to be a huge part of our lives, like when you're adults.
It's right up there with quicksand.
Yeah, I don't know which one was worse. Like what I was more scared of, gang violence or quicksand.
I don't know, this morning I saw the one where Simon was trying to convince his older brother that he was shrinking.
Oh God.
The best thing to come out of that show, though, was Barry Watson.
Yeah, I guess so. Where's he been lately, though? What's he been doing?
I think the last time we looked him up, he was doing like a Christian family show.
Oh God.
That was like right after he played like Serena's boyfriend on Gossip Girl.
You know what? Maybe we brought up Barry Watson in the Gossip Girl book episode that we did. All right, who cares? ABC 1 o'clock. Any guesses?
1 o'clock is All My Children.
You got it. 2 o'clock. Do you know this one?
One Life to Live.
You got it. 3 o'clock. How about 3 o'clock?
General Hospital.
Yes, and that was the lineup. That was ABC's like heavy hitters for 1982. They're coming out guns a-blazing. You ready for the Tiffany Network? You ready to see what CBS has to throw at us?
Yeah, let's talk about CBS. CBS is probably lit.
I don't know. We'll see. So things kick off at 10 o'clock with the syndicated rerun of One Day at a Time.
Okay.
Which I guess...
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. I'm guessing maybe wasn't working good at nighttime, like in like the pre-prime time slot, so they just kind of like put it in the morning, maybe? I don't know.
No, this is like One Day at a Time was in reruns back then.
Yeah, but like why was it not in the afternoon?
In syndicated reruns.
Like, why not the afternoon though?
Because that's when CBS had time, was in the morning.
I don't know. Who the fuck was watching it? Everyone was at school.
I don't know. The stay-at-home moms.
All right.
And the cranky grandpas.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. All right, and then at 10:30, another rerun, Alice.
Okay. Those fit. Those go together. I've seen them like paired together many times.
I don't know. It just blows my mind. I mean, I guess syndicated reruns of sitcoms existed in the morning, but I just I really associate them with like afternoon, you know, like 6 o'clock.
Here's the thing.
Dinner time. There's
kind of like 3 times of day that you get your syndicated sitcoms. You get like a little batch in the morning. You get the early evening, like the dinner time, pre-prime time section, which is what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
And then there's like the after the news before they do like the creepy Hitchcock movies at midnight or whatever kind of thing.
Yeah, that's when you get like MASH at 11:30 at night. That's when you knew it was time to go to bed.
You get now you get like Seinfeld or Big Bang Theory or whatever, but like yeah.
If you get a game show at 11 o'clock, you got to know it.
Price is Right.
Yes. Bob Barker's prime. I guess this is a prime of his life, Bob Barker.
Yeah, this is totally Bob Barker time.
Yes. This is, well, obviously. I mean, he was on it for like 70 years. You know what? I'm going to throw this out there. I still watch it. It's like a good wind down kind of show. Like you're eating breakfast, just thinking about what you might have to do today. And you just kind of enjoying the common presence of Drew Carey.
I could see that.
And Plinko. People trying to guess the price of a refrigerator, of like a Kenmore. It's always good to watch old ones, though, because I like to see what the prices of things were. So,
oh, my God.
Blows my mind. So I guess the 12 p.m. slot must belong to the local networks. That must be like the afternoon news, because there's...
Yeah, that's probably the news.
All right, but I feel like you know what's on at 12:30.
The Young and the Restless.
What about 1:30?
Ooh, hold on. Search for Tomorrow?
No, that's on a completely different network.
Okay, Capital.
Wrong hour.
You're gonna have to help me out here.
As the World Turns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you get a full half hour of that. That was only on for a half hour in 1982. And then, this is weird. So 1:30 to 2, we have As the World Turns. There's a gap at 2 o'clock. And then at 2:30, we get Capital.
Okay.
So... Do we get like a 2 o'clock local news or something? Or is this like infomercial hour?
I don't know.
And then I feel like you know what's on at 3. I feel like you'll get this one.
The Guiding Light.
Yes. And then we actually have 4 o'clock data. I don't think you'll ever get this.
The Secret Storm.
No, a game show.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard of a little show called Tattletales?
I have heard of it.
It sounds familiar. I'd have to look this up. Tattletales was... a game show, obviously.
The show's premise involved questions asked about celebrity couples' personal lives and was based on He Said, She Said, a syndicated show hosted by Joe Gargiola from 69 to 70, which in itself was based on an unsold pilot called It Had to Be You, hosted by Ed McMahon.
So, was it kind of like a gossipy type show?
The show changed its format after its first 4 months on the air. Doesn't say what the second format was. You want to hear something wild? Yeah, give me something wild. There was actually a reboot of this show on HBO Max. What?
It never came into fruition. So they put the old ones on HBO Max in preparation for the reboot, but then they decided not to go forward with the reboot, so then they removed the old episodes of Tattletales. Yeah. So we almost got a Tattletales reboot.
HBO Max came out with some like wild stuff, man.
Yeah, and then they just kind of fizzled. I don't know.
Well, and then like Discovery bought HBO, or HBO bought Discovery, and they started canceling everything.
Yeah, they merged, and now they call themselves Max, and it's confusing, and they just moved everything to like, I don't know, Crackle or Tubi or something. So I don't know. So now where do I watch the last season of Westworld? I don't know.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I don't know. I'm very
Nobody
confused
knows.
about.
Yeah, whatever. All right, you ready for NBC? You ready for the Peacock for their
Yes. What did the Peacock give us back then?
All right, at 10 a.m., things kicked off with the Regis Philbin show.
Regis, my boo.
I guess he had a talk show in the early 80s.
Yeah, he had his own talk show before he had live.
Okay, good to know. And then at 10:30, we got Blockbusters, a game show, which I'm not familiar with, and I don't even care to look it up. We spent way too much time on Tattletales and went down a rabbit hole of fucking weird information. All right, 11 o'clock, we got, I guess Wheel of Fortune was on during the day. We got Wheel of Fortune at 11 a.m.
There would be some... Well, here's the thing. Like, Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, they're syndicated, so they're going to be on different times of day, depending on where you live.
At 11:30, we got the show that we're going to be talking about in a few minutes, Battlestars, Ooga. We'll see in a few minutes. 12 o'clock, we dip into the soaps now. What do you think kicks off the NBC lineup?
NBC, 1982. Is it Texas?
No, it's The Doctors, Ooga.
Okay, The Doctor. Okay.
Yes, we've talked about this before, right? I feel like it's made the rounds on the show.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's a soap opera, and actually I think most of the episodes of it still exist, and like you can find it somewhere, because I see tweets about it every so often.
Oh, okay. All right, and then at 12:30, we got a show that you mentioned like 6 minutes ago, Search for Tomorrow, Ooga.
Search for Tomorrow, okay.
And then 1 o'clock, any guesses?
Another World.
No.
No, it's Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, what the fuck, girl? What the fuck?
Days of Our Lives, then Another World, then Texas, if Texas is still on the air.
And Texas was like a spin-off of Another World, but it like took place in Texas, obviously. And it was like kind of like a Dallas clone.
Yeah, it took place in Texas. It was short-lived. Ted Danson was on it.
They wanted to like cash in on the popularity of Dallas and have it be about like oil tycoons and stuff. But I don't know, people weren't into it, I guess. I don't know. It was only on for like a few years, I think, right?
Yeah, it was short-lived. It was like from 1980 to 1982.
Did you ever see it? Have you ever like come across EPs?
I have not come across Texas episodes. I have not even come across like the opening credits of Texas.
Never?
Never.
Not even by accident?
Not even by accident. Which is sad because like we know your girl here loved Another World.
Yeah.
That was like my first soap opera.
I'm trying to see, I'm looking at like the cast list, and you said Ted Danson's on this?
Wasn't he? Or was he just on Another World?
I don't see his name anywhere on here. Like, I feel like he'd be like the first name.
Maybe, Ted Danson was just on Another World. Never mind.
Okay. I was like, I'm going through this fucking cast list, and I figured they would have put his name right at the top.
Like, okay, let me look at the list. There's a few soap names I recognize. Beverly McKinsey, of course, played Iris, who was a major character on Another World. Oh, dude, Niles from The Nanny was on Texas.
I found the title card of Texas, and it's the Texas flag with this weird like 1980s like neon orangey color font in front of it that just says Texas, and it is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I want a t-shirt of this right now. I want to go get one made.
Ooh, Kim Schreiner was on it.
Ooh.
Which makes sense. This totally makes sense because this is when Scotty left General Hospital after Laura ran off with Luke. Catherine Hickland was on it, aka...
I think I said Catherine Hicks.
Catherine Hickland, which is Debbie Reynolds' daughter-in-law. Catherine Hickland also did a bunch of soaps. She did Loving, The City, One Life to Live.
All right. On a scale of 1 out of 5 Texas flags with burning 80s neon font over the flag, how many of all that would you give this daytime lineup, this Tuesday afternoon? Are you watching this afternoon?
If I was like homesick from school or like I knew something good was gonna happen on my soaps, I would totally be home for this because like how many people had a VCR then? Not many.
Nobody. I don't even think they were around, were they?
Yes, they were, but they were expensive.
Uh, could you record at this point in time, or is that like a more later?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like the first VCR I ever had, I couldn't record. It just played, and like it didn't, like I couldn't fast forward. I think it only like rewound or something like that. Like, or even that the button just didn't work. I don't know. I don't fucking know. And like it was kind of like when you hit the eject button, like the top opened up. And then you put the tape in, and then you like pushed the top down, kind of like Nintendo was. It had that like little
yes, I remember
that little ejection like spring. So like it's, if you could have just very easily broken it, and I don't know, probably paid more than it cost to have it fixed.
1982, they were starting to like pop up, so it wasn't like, but nobody really had them for a few more years.
How much would a VCR cost in 1982?
Oh my god, I'm terrified to find out.
Take a guess. I got the number. Just take a wild guess.
$600.
You are very close. $640. So the VCR was first introduced in 1975, and it cost $1,400. That was the list price. And then in 1982, it dropped to $640. And then it went down even further than that to $528 in 1983. So we got to look it up. So what is $640 in 1982 money? What is it worth today? Let's see. Take a guess. Take a guess at how much this would fucking set you back.
Probably like $2,000.
Oh my god, you are so close. $2,001.81. You got to put that shit on layaway if you want to get a VCR.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's like, okay, you can buy like three computers with that.
Oh my god.
Let's be real. Maybe 4. If you get one of those cheap ass ones. All right. Well, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, obviously people were able to record in 1982 because somehow we have existence of this episode because we actually have the commercials too. now it's all like subtly coming together. So someone was able to record this. The tape exists.
Yes, because we have the original commercials.
From 1982.
Which were far more interesting than this game show.
We got to talk about the celebrity panel, because this is actually like a pretty lit celebrity panel, I think.
Okay, who was our celebrity panel?
All right, we get Debbie Reynolds. You sort of mentioned her a minute ago.
Yes, I love Debbie Reynolds. Like, did I not send you that clip of her on that game show from like the 50s the other day?
It was like What's My Line or something, one of those.
Something like that, one of those like, where they guess who the celebrity is.
Yeah, Guess My Line or something. It was like one of those shows. Yeah, you said that to me, which, I don't know. We should have done that instead, because that was more entertaining.
She did this Eva Gabor accent. It was hilarious.
We get Michelle Lee. Actually, no, hold on. I'm sorry. Michelle Lee's not in it. She's in a Pepsodent commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rip Taylor is in it, like, a lot. We get the guy Bowser from Sha-Na-Na.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Sha-Na-Na is?
No.
It's like a band, basically. It's kind of like a 70s, late 60s, like early 70s. Like, it's kind of like a callback to like doo-wop, but it's more of like 60s, 70s vibe. You've never heard of Sha-Na-Na?
Not like...
I think they did a lot of covers too. I think they covered like Teen Angel and like all those like big songs from like the 50s and early 60s.
Okay, yeah, like I just wouldn't have known who he was. There's definitely like people I'm like, who are you? Like, why are you here?
All right. Well, whatever. He was on the episode that we did today. We get Jenny Lee Harrison, who you might know as Chrissy Snow's cousin on Three's Company, like the Chrissy Snow replacement. Cindy, was that her name?
Then she
Cindy
moves
Snow?
out and we get the far superior Terry.
Yeah, Terry, who sticks around to the end. She makes it all the way to the end. All right. We get Philip McKeon, who's actually Nancy McKeon's like brother. Mm-hmm. Betty White, who, all right, this is wild. So And like at the top of the hour, Alex Trebek's like, I hear you got big news, Betty White. Can you tell us the big news? And she drops that she's going to be on Mama's Family coming out in the fall.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Which I thought was great. I thought that was fucking fantastic. I feel like there's another person on this, but they like never ask them a question. Like they never get picked to answer a question. There's like 2 other people on this.
And I didn't recognize them that in any way that I could place them. So I was like, okay, I don't know who you are.
Yeah, low-key had this theory that when they hit that randomizer button, it just goes to the celebrities that they wanted to pick on, like Debbie Reynolds.
Oh, 100%.
Rip Taylor.
100%.
And Betty. Because I feel like we get the most interaction with those people. And actually, on YouTube, there's like 10 other episodes of Battlestars on there, and like 3 or 4 of them have Betty White on them. So she was on this all the time. She's actually on the last episode too.
Betty loved game shows. She was on like all kinds of game shows. Pyramid, Match Game, Password, like all that stuff. Betty did it.
Yeah, she did it. Girl did it.
So
Rip Taylor, like I know he was like a comedian for a while, but like is he in anything though?
Well, he's now dead. He died in 2019.
Yeah, but like was he notably on something? Because I know the name, I see him all the time, but like I literally cannot place something he's in.
Well, he did a voice on DuckTales the movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp.
Who'd he play?
Let me see.
Uncle Scrooge? Like,
no, Alan Young did Uncle Scrooge, the guy from Mr. Ed.
I was kidding.
He was the genie.
I do not remember a genie in that movie.
I barely do too. Christopher Lloyd was in it. Dude, we gotta find this.
It's on Disney Plus.
We gotta do this.
One of these days. We'll get there.
He did an episode of The Brady Bunch. He did a lot of voiceover work.
Yeah, he did, he's in the Tom and Jerry movie from the 90s. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's in Wayne's World 2. He's in Indecent Proposal. He plays Demi Moore's boss.
He did an episode of Bobby's World.
Okay. You know what? I think I remember that episode, actually.
He was in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Who was he?
I think he might have been a celebrity on the game show Kevin was watching. Yeah, I think his comedy made him famous, and he just did the rounds for guest work.
Kind of like Gilbert Godfrey. He's kind of like
Carrot Top.
He's not like the main star of something. He's just like
kind of thing.
It's like Bobby's World needs him for like a week, so they bring him in.
They need him to do just like one funny voice, and then they're good.
So do you want to go over the questions? Do you want to talk about the commercials? Because you said you had a lot to say about the commercials.
I mean, let's go over the questions, since if you took notes about them, what were they? I think I just like totally spaced out on the game when it was on because I just didn't understand what was happening.
Name one thing that Richard Nixon never got, and it's selected Rip Taylor, and he said Richard Nixon never got Angie Dickinson, but that was his joke answer. The person had to, then his serious answer, he says Richard Nixon never got to be Rip said the governor of California, and the person was like, I agree, but it was actually wrong. He was... Mm-hmm. He was a senator, right? He was the senator of California.
I don't know. I don't remember Richard Nixon's political career.
Well, that was the answer, and the person got it wrong.
Yeah, he was a representative and senator for California.
Yeah. So then another one lands on Phil McKeon, Nancy McKeon's brother, who I'm just going to, that's like his claim to fame. He's probably has his own wild career, but I'm like, you know what?
He was the son on Alice, so he got...
I don't care. He was Nancy McKeon's sister. That's more what I care about. That's like more fame thrilling to me than whatever you just said. The son on Alice. Kiss my grits.
No.
All right. So they say a name. So they say a celebrity's name, and you have to guess what they're known by. So do you know who Cheryl Pinky Saracen is? Or Sarkisian? I don't fucking remember how to say it.
She's Cher. That's all that matters.
Yes. All right. Then there's a question, another question of, let's see if you know this. Let's see if you remember these questions. How about we quiz you? Want to turn it around?
Oh God, I know nothing.
All right. So according to folklore, Noah used something to plug the ark's leak. What did he use?
I have no clue.
Not even a guess?
Not even a guess.
Think about what's on the ark. What's on the ark?
It's a bunch of animals in pairs of two.
If you're going to plug the hole, which animal do you think you would use? What would you pick?
I don't know, a giraffe.
That is a horrible answer. By the way, Rip Taylor yells at Debbie Reynolds' hair, which is obviously not the right answer. But the answer is, you ready for this? You sitting down?
Yeah, give it to me.
The answer is a dog's nose. And according to folklore, that's why their noses are cold all the time.
Oh, okay.
Do you know our boy George Washington? Do you know our boy Geo Washington?
The first president of the United States, yeah.
Yes, that man with the wooden teeth. I don't know, somebody that he knew named Molly Pitcher would always carry something to him. What would he carry? Or what would she carry?
A pitcher.
A pitcher of what, though?
Water.
Yes. Hence the name Pitcher. It was based on Molly Pitcher. All right. I feel like you'll get this one. In 1935, who played the bride in Bride of Frankenstein?
I don't know.
What? Like, didn't we do this movie before? Or we did, like, a version of it?
No, we didn't.
Are you sure? I swear we've watched this.
We did Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman.
You're right. Okay, I guess you're right. All right, well, the answer is... You ready? You sitting down for this one?
I am as ready absolutely ever be.
You know what? I'm taking back your Quizmaster title because you're not doing good at this.
Well, these are horrible questions.
The answer is Elsa Lanchester.
Okay, I would not have guessed that at all.
All right, and then in 1982, do you know the nurse to doctor ratio?
1 doctor for every 7 nurses.
That answer is wrong. It's 1 doctor to 4 nurses, which is wild to me because I feel like it's like far greater than that now. You ready for the final question? These are the ones I wrote down.
Yeah, what's the final question? These questions are awful.
They're fine. They're questions. They're supposed to be somewhat challenging. What kind of test tests balance, color, and aroma?
Balance.
What are you testing?
Color and aroma.
And if you don't know it, do you want to phone a friend? We can call someone up. Balance,
color, and aroma.
Maybe we can call it Bowser, because this is his question. Maybe we'll see if he remembers it. Be like, hey, Bowser, do you remember in 1982?
Yeah, well, I'm lost. I need to phone a friend. I know it's not like 1999 yet, but I need to phone a friend.
You're looking at its balance. Maybe you're tipping it a little bit and seeing how it stands. You give it a little sniff. Quick little sniff, and then color. You just look at it.
I don't know, Patrick.
All right.
I just don't know.
You're testing wine.
Oh.
And I lied. I have one more question.
Oh, God. This is horrific. I would do so bad on this game show.
All right. Which member of the Canadian Parliament performs all functions of the Queen?
The Prime Minister.
No. I knew you were going to say that, but the answer is wrong. That is not the correct answer. Do you want to call our Canadian friend, the Canadian friend who listens to the podcast?
Listen, I'm just picturing Matthew Perry beating up Justin Trudeau in my head right now, and I'm in a happy place.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You don't know about this?
No. Is this something that just happened?
Matthew Perry grew up with Justin Trudeau.
Like, they were like neighborhood friends?
Like, Matthew Perry's mother worked for Justin Trudeau's father. There is a point where Matthew and him got in a fight, and Matthew beat him up.
How old was
they were kids.
Oh, and they were kids. Okay. Like he just bullied them or something?
Yeah, but they were kids.
Okay. This was like 2 weeks ago or something.
Yeah, it was before his mom married Keith Morrison.
All right. So Matthew Perry's from Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, who knew?
Me.
Well, you read his book, didn't you? Like his biography.
I listened to his whole audiobook.
Well, you know what? I'll have to check it out. All right. The answer is Governors General, by the way. Governors General.
Oh, Governors General. What the hell is a Governors General?
I don't know. No idea. I said Prime Minister, too, because I was playing at home.
Yeah.
So those are the questions. Those are all the hot questions. And apparently you don't like them.
This game isn't any fun.
No, it wasn't. It went on too long. It went on way too long. And I was like, come on, when are the commercials coming up? Because as soon as I realized there was commercials, I was excited for those commercials.
The commercials were it. Like, the commercials were the best part.
Yeah. All right. So, plaque. Do you know what plaque is?
It's the nasty buildup on your teeth that leads to tooth decay.
Yeah. Apparently, nobody knew what plaque was in 1982 because Michelle Lee had to tell us all about it in that Pepsodent commercial. We got a very thorough...
That was a wild toothpaste commercial.
We got a very thorough explanation of what plaque was. Like, we learned a lot in a 30-second spot.
We did. I was like, whoa.
You know what?
I'm like, did we not know about this before? Apparently not.
Do you think Michelle Lee knew what plaque was, or did you think she was just reading cue cards?
I think she was just reading the script.
Was she on Knots Landing yet? Was that a thing in 1982?
Possibly.
Yeah, it started in 79. Started in 79, so
yeah,
she was in this world already.
Dang, that one went on for a long time.
We also get a commercial for the National Enquirer, like the hottest magazine in the world, and they they break down like what's going on this week. So we get Clint Eastwood's love triangle, which I really want to know more about.
Yes. Oh my god, I wanted to find that issue.
What Billy Graham's been stressing about lately.
Oh my god, there was just like that commercial is like, I must find this issue, and I could not find like an archive of it. I was so sad. Like, I even went to the National Enquirer website to see if I could find something. Nope.
We also get a Man-Witch commercial. I'm guessing Man-Witch was a new thing maybe around this time?
I feel like Man-Witch is like a 70s.
Yeah, you're very close. 1969 was when a Man-Witch, which is a portmanteau of man and sandwich, and it's basically just Sloppy Joe. It's like Sloppy Joe mix. It's like tomato sauce and ground beef.
Yeah, I feel like Kitty made it for Eric on that 70s show.
I want to throw this out there. I don't think I've ever had a Man-Witch.
I don't think I have either.
Is there a difference between Man-Witch and Sloppy Joe, or is that just like a brand thing?
I think it's a brand name.
Okay, so is Sloppy Joe a brand, or is that just
Man-Witch original Sloppy Joe sauce? It's the sauce to make a Sloppy Joe.
That's it? It's just like the tomato juice.
That's it.
Like, there's no beef in there, right?
Yeah, I just looked it up on the Walmart app.
So you have to like buy your own ground beef, right?
4 easy steps to satisfy your hunger. Cook 1 pound of meat thoroughly. 2. Add Man-Witch sauce. 3. Ask to be called chef by anyone who addresses you. 4. Serve, dig in, and leave hunger behind.
So it's just basically seasoned tomato sauce, right? Is that
Yeah.
So can't you just throw in some like ketchup and some like seasonings and just call it a day?
I mean,
some herbs and spices?
Maybe not like ketchup, but like just like regular diced tomatoes or something.
Yeah.
Pureed tomatoes and some seasoning and you got it.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a better choice, not gonna lie, NGL. I don't know. You know what? For the next episode, yeah. we'll like AVSP goes to the restaurant. We'll make some manwiches. Make a little manwich.
A Sloppy Joe and a loose meat sandwich are almost the exact same thing. A Sloppy Joe just has the sauce. Loose meat doesn't.
Cuisine. It's some fine dining right there. That's like a good TV tray dinner. All right. Do you ever take Bufferin?
No.
When you get a headache?
I haven't.
Do you pop some Bufferin? Do they still make that? Is
hold
that still
on,
a thing?
let me pull up the Walmart app again. I should just leave this app up.
Oh yeah, it's still around. You can still get Bufferin. It's just regular.
It comes in a blue bottle now.
Yeah.
Blue packaging now.
Yeah, I feel like it was like an orangey color on the commercial, if I remember.
Yeah.
Like a maroon orangey color. Yeah. It looked very basic.
Yeah, like I would, like, if I was walking down the aisle at Walmart, this would not catch my eye.
These commercials are definitely aimed at, like, 65-year-old women, though.
Not that old. There was also the tampons commercial.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. You know what?
So for what? OB tampons?
Yeah.
And I had this, like, thought I'm like, wait, do they still make OB? I don't use them. I need to have the applicator when I have a tampon.
But the commercial was weird. Like, we didn't get the blue dye, like, on it or anything. Like, it's just like a lady, like, walking through, like, a meadow.
I think this is pre-blue dye.
Didn't exist yet.
I feel like we're a good 5 or 6 years before.
Yeah, maybe people still have black and white TVs, so.
The censors are like, you can't show what it
looks like.
Does.
Yeah, like we can't show the product. We just got to show a lady in a white dress walking through like a meadow, like sunflowers all around her, like on the way to like her first date or something with somebody.
Oh my god!
She's on a blind date. She's on a blind date with Bowser.
On a blind date that she met in, like, the classified ads in the newspaper.
Yeah. Answered like an ad, called up a number, like a 1-800 number, sort like probably got not even a toll-free number, like when you're gonna pay for it, and be like, yeah, you know what, I'm interested. And then like it's like an answering service, so like then someone calls the guy, and you gotta go back and forth for a little while and figure out if that's what you want to do. If you want to go forward with it.
Oh my god, did you know answering services are still a thing?
Like, it blows my mind, but I still feel like it exists in some fashion.
Oh, they do. When I was on that project for work in December, I would get so many answering services. They'd be like, yeah, this is the heating and cooling company's answering service. I'm like, so there's no way to, like, I can leave a message and you guys aren't going to give it to them? There's no email address I can, like, send info to? Like, when can I call them? They're like, oh, we pretty much take all their calls. Nobody's, like, in their office. I'm like, this is so not helpful.
Well, you know what? There are, like...
I'd actually be really frustrated.
There is, like, an on-call answering service for, like, doctors, because I've had to, like, call before, and I just get, like, a random, like, phone line, and then they'll be like, we'll pass the message on. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And then it's like 6 days later they call back.
Yeah. See, like I totally get doctors having one, but I'm also like, it's the year 2023 and you guys don't have voicemail, you don't have email.
You can like text. Like a text works just as fast. You don't have to even like talk. You just like text a phone number and be like, hey, this is an emergency. Can you give us a call? ASAP.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I have to, like, call another person. We don't have to get another party involved.
But then, okay, there were 2 more commercials I wanted to talk about.
All right, go on.
Okay, there was the Chef Boyardee pizza kit, because they were having, like, the pizza bake-off in the commercials. Like, they kept coming back to it.
Yes.
You could still go and get that Chef Boyardee pizza kit.
Yeah, I've seen it before, like, recently.
Yeah.
like maybe, like, this week. I've seen it.
Yeah, it's like, I know I've seen this before, so I had pulled up the Walmart app, like, right away. And I was, like, almost tempted to get it, but I'm not going to.
Did you just sit on the Walmart app, like, this whole episode and just try to see if these products still existed?
I mean, I probably could. I just looked up, like, half of what we talked about on the Walmart app.
All right, what was the other commercial?
The other one was the greeting card commercial.
Oh, with the Easter Bunny?
With the scary bunnies. Those bunnies terrified me.
Like, you know, like there's like memes now where it's like a little kid sitting on an Easter Bunny's lap screaming because of this fucking scary looking Easter Bunny costume.
Right?
But this greeting card, I think was it American Greeting Cards? Was that the company? It
was American Greetings. Because part of my note says, this is my whole note I wrote about it. Scarier bunnies than Donnie Darko. Thanks, American Greetings. I'll stick to Hallmark. Like, I was like, what is this? Like, I was waiting for the bunnies to, like, attack the people.
The Donnie Darko bunny is like a walk in the park to the bunnies from this commercial. Like, we gotta put this
right
on the AVSB TikTok. You have to see these bunnies because these things are fucking terrifying. Like they breed nightmares.
I was really concerned. I was like, these are so much more disturbing than the Donnie Darko bunny or like the creepy Duracell bunny I've seen on TikTok.
I could picture a 4-year-old child, because they're not in preschool yet or kindergarten or whatever, like at home with mom while she's watching Battlestars, because she's a big Jenny Lee Harrison fan, so she wanted to check out today's program. So the little kid's like sitting on the ground coloring fucking, I don't know, Empire Strikes Back coloring book, and looks up and just sees this Easter bunny and just starts shrieking in fear because...
Dude, I would totally... that thing would have freaked me out bad. So bad.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go back into YouTube later on. I'm going to find a screen grab of that. That might be the graphic for the episode, the Easter bunny. Like, who cares about the, like, poorly constructed set that... I feel like a high school drama club could have put together a better set than this.
Oh, 100%. They totally could have.
And hold on, what do you think of
like that set was just not it.
A mustacheless, dark-haired Alex Trebek? Like, still blows my mind.
I kept thinking, man, his hair looks really poofy.
I mean, it was the 80s. It was 1982.
Like, really, like, it reminded me of my dad's hair when my dad was that age. Like, that, like, tight, curly, kind of, like, hair that's just, like, poofy. That's what it reminded me of.
The little poof. I got to bring up this picture of him right now because it is. Oh my god! Look at that. It's. He kind of looks like what's his name from Welcome Back, Kotter, the teacher Kotter. Gabe Kaplan. He has like a Gabe Kaplan vibe. It's great.
Yes, I was like, his name is Gabe. What is the last name?
So great and poofy. Like,
oh my goodness.
Speaking of Canadian, I never knew this till today, till just right now, like literally 10 seconds ago. Alex Trebek is Canadian. He was born in Canada.
You didn't know this?
No, why would I know this?
Okay, I'm about to blow your mind here.
Did he know? Did he like babysit Justin Trudeau and Matthew Perry?
No. Do you know who else is Canadian? Jason Priestley.
I knew that.
Alanis Morissette.
I knew that. Terrence and Phillip.
Like, a lot of people are Canadian, and you just don't realize it, because they adapt so well to the American lifestyle. Alan Thicke was Canadian.
Yep, I knew that.
You really didn't know Alex Trebek was Canadian?
I had no idea. I'm stopping there because I'm just starting to embarrass myself now.
You realized if you kept going, it's gonna look really bad on you, huh?
Now that I've embarrassed myself too much, I got nothing else on this fucking show. Like, I got nothing.
We covered everything I wrote down. I don't care to ever watch this game show again, and I might push back if you recommend a game show.
Not like you don't want a redemption arc and come back with like a real good game show, like Let's Make a Deal, like a classic episode of Let's Make a Deal.
No, because like I'm still like confused that you didn't know Matthew Perry was Canadian.
It's just one of those things that I never thought about it. Like I never like woke up one day and I'm like, where's Matthew Perry from? Was he on like Degrassi or something? Like the original Degrassi?
No, he wasn't on Degrassi. After his mother married Keith Morrison, and they had like their first kid together, his first sister, he moved to the U.S. to live with his father.
And
so, because his mother was Canadian, his father was American.
Okay, so he crossed the border. He left America's hat.
Yeah, and like that's when he like really started working on his acting career, is when he moved to California. Like, it was kind of a fluke, but yeah.
By accident. He got like discovered at the mall the one day. Was that like his at
like a coffee shop?
Hold on. Wait a second. Matthew Perry was born in Massachusetts. What the fuck are you talking about?
His mother is Canadian, his father is American. He grew up in Canada. His mother worked for Justin Trudeau's father when he was prime minister. Because his mother moved him back to Canada when she and his father got divorced.
But he was born here. So that technically
he has dual citizenship.
How old was Matthew Perry when he left Massachusetts and went to Canada? I need to know.
Like less than 2 years old.
He spent a good chunk of time.
His parents did not stay married for very long at all.
But it's not like he was born in America and then like the next day went back to Canada. No, he was here for a while. So I don't know if this counts. I don't know if this counts.
He has dual citizenship and he grew up in Canada.
I question it. I question okay, if you say so. So you're saying that if you moved to Canada when you were 2 years old that you would say you were Canadian?
His mother is Canadian. He grew up in Canada. For all intents and purposes, he grew up Canadian.
Yes, but he was born in Williamstown, Massachusetts, if you say so. I debate this.
Matthew Perry says so.
Okay.
In his memoir.
Well, you know what? I challenge this.
Oh my god.
I challenge this. I need to look up citizenship laws, and then maybe I'll agree with you. We'll do it in the downtime in between episodes.
Oh my god.
We'll come back next week.
You're ridiculous.
All right. I'm going to ask you the age-old question. I want to know what you're going to give this. On a scale of 1 out of 5 poorly constructed sets, how many poorly constructed sets would you give this episode of Battlestars from April 6, 1982?
I'm giving it a 2.
Are you giving like the lowest score?
I'm giving it a 2 because it had Debbie Reynolds
Kind of surprised
and
me.
Betty White. That is the only reason it's getting a 2.
So they each get a point.
If it did not have Debbie and Betty, it would have been a 0.
You don't even like give a special shout out to like the best Three's Company co-star or Rip Taylor
No.
Or Nancy McKeon's sister. Like, they don't
Nope.
factor into this grade at all.
Brother, you
They're-
mean? No.
Yeah, brother. You like doesn't matter. Like Joe Polnichuk's brother does not matter.
The kid from Alice does not get a point. You get a point for Debbie, and you get a point for Betty.
Good to know.
And that's that.
I'm gonna go lower than you. I'm gonna give this a 1. Like this might be the bottom of the barrel for me. This might be the worst thing we've ever done.
It's not Parks and Rec, but it is pretty bad.
Let me bring up our episodes. I'm going to go through the list. Let me just try to see. So you would say that the Parks and Rec episode that we watched was worse than this?
I mean, it didn't have Debbie Reynolds or Betty White, did it? It only had Rob Lowe.
I don't know. All right, here's the things that I think were pretty fucking shitty that we watched. Are You Afraid of the Dark? That like Nev Campbell episode that we did. That was fucking hard to sit through.
Yeah.
The Santa Claus, like that was tough for me. That was pretty bad. Do you have it? Do you have your spreadsheet out? Did you get the spreadsheet open?
I have a list of episodes up. It's not the spreadsheet, but it's the Podcast Attic app with all our episodes.
Okay, because all right. My Secret Identity. Speaking of Canada,
That was pretty bad.
we did that. Jerry O'Connell. That was pretty bad. What was worse, Jerry O'Connell as a superhero, or this game show?
This game show was worse. This game show was horrible.
All right. That Faulty Towers episode that we did.
That was hilarious compared to this.
I really feel like you gave that one a low score for some reason, though.
Listen, we don't actually keep track of the scores. I will, but
The third time that we did Sweet Valley High, like the real shitty one that we did, or this game show.
oh yeah, that wasn't great, but it was still better.
It was still better.
Still better than this game show.
Compete game shows against each other. That episode of Family Feud we did, or Battlestars.
Okay, that episode of Family Feud had the cast of Gilligan's Island versus the cast of Batman?
It sure did.
How can you compare the two?
I just wanted to pit game shows against each other. I just wanted to see what you'd say. All right, here's a good one. Speaking of book club, The Boxcar Children.
Oh, I thought we liked that book.
No, I don't think it was as good as we thought it was.
I don't remember.
All right, hold on.
It was not the best book club we could have picked.
I feel like I hated this that Archie to Riverdale and Back Again, like the 1990 Archie TV movie.
Oh my god, that was awesome! You had Lauren Holly and Christopher Rich, and Betty's throwing herself at Archie on his front. Betty, what are you doing?
I know, but it was a hard watch, though. That was a very hard watch.
Oh god. That's what I wish Riverdale was like, though, and not the hot mess that it is.
All right. Oh, here's a good one. This is
Okay. I have one that's pretty bad. Webster, the teddy bear scare.
Oh, you go back to the first 10 episodes.
That was episode 11.
What was it? Webster lost his teddy bear? Was that it?
He misplaces his loving teddy bear and it becomes a citywide crisis.
I thought that was cute. I don't know. I kind of liked it. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was kind of adorable. I thought it was a fun little romp. I'd say Webster was better.
Oof.
All right, here's a good one. Episode 88, Route 66.
Oh, that was a tough one. You even call it a frustrating hour of television, but we made the best of it.
I still think that was better than Battlestars.
Yeah, probably.
I stand by it.
Well, if I remember correctly, you really didn't like Edgar Allan Poe's murder mystery dinner party.
It was okay. It just reminded me of the Clue movie way too much. It was just I guess that's what it was going for, right? That was its whole vibe. All right, here we go. This is a good one. Saved by the Bell, the college years. Thanksgiving episode.
To be fair, we get Jonathan Brandis, Jenna Von Oy, Brian Austin Green, and Kelly freaking out about Brian Austin Green.
We do. We sure do.
Which is just hilarious on several levels.
This might be the worst episode we've done. This could be it. Oh, here's one I didn't like. But I still think it was better than Battlestars. Mixology.
Oh, right, you hated Mixology.
Oh, I don't know. This is America, Charlie Brown, the birth of the Constitution.
That was so cute, though.
It was the worst Charlie Brown special ever, though.
No, I've seen worse.
Which one's the worst?
Their space one where they go into outer space.
Is it like the moon landing or something?
I think so, something like that. It's part of This Is America series.
Here's an episode I don't ever remember doing. A Muppet Family Christmas. A Muppet Family Christmas from 1987.
You don't remember doing that?
I remember A Muppet Family Christmas, but I do not remember ever talking about it.
Oh my god. I mean, obviously there's proof we did.
All right. If we had to compare not necessarily the movie, but just the actual episode of the podcast, The Burbs.
The Burbs episode of the podcast, that is a hot mess that we can't even listen to.
Yeah, I've never made it to the end.
Because we were both so drunk.
Classic era.
I'm pretty sure I took a call from Aaron in the middle of that.
Oh yeah, I think he was like away on vacation or
We were
something.
recording
Yeah.
it. I don't know if you cut it out because I've never listened to the whole episode.
Oh, here's a good one. Halloween is Grinch Night.
Oh god.
Or this episode of Battlestars.
This episode of Battlestars has Debbie Reynolds and Betty White, so that's the only reason it's got to be better than Halloween is Grinch Night, because I still don't understand Halloween is Grinch Night.
All right. I'm excited for next week. Very, very excited for next week.
What are we doing next?
All right. We're going to TGIF next week. We're going to go back into a world. We've never done this show on the podcast, but we're going back into the world of Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Oh, we are? Yay. I totally forgot we were doing this.
So should we do the pilot? Should we go to the very beginning and do like a Holly Robinson, Pete, Don Lewis season episode? Or should we go into like the later years where like half the cast is gone and they have like Raven Simone's in it for some reason?
I mean, if we do the pilot, we got to talk about the fact that they're using the Growing Pains house.
Yeah, and like that set is never used again. Yeah, it's the Seaver house. Oh, we got a request today too. Actually, I didn't know if you saw this, but we got a request.
Oh, what did we get a request for?
Like 4 hours ago, we got a request.
Okay, hold on.
All right, which is kind of wild because we have an episode of the show in the can that we haven't released yet. It's a leftover that's still like trickling out there.
Yeah.
So someone commented on the first time we did Growing Pains, the one where it's like the Fever Dream episode of where Ben like imagines he's like not in the family anymore, like he's kicked out of the family. So someone commented that we should do the Meet the Seavers episode, which I think is one where Ben has like a fever dream that like he's like in like a 50s sitcom.
Why do I not remember that one?
I had to look it up because I couldn't remember it either, but it exists.
It's totally...
But I don't know if we can do it yet. We might have to have the Leonardo DiCaprio episode come out first before we have that one come out.
I mean, we've been teasing that episode for how long now?
Like 2 years. It was recorded
Like, I promise, we recorded it, we didn't lose the audio.
We recorded it before the Gossip Girl episode. So that's how like long it's been. So it's out. Like I have started putting it together, and there's like obviously 2021 references like galore in this thing.
Oh god.
So I don't know if it would work today.
Oh my god.
Before we meet the Seavers, though, we definitely have to see their living room as used by Mr. Cooper. So whoever that person who requested Meet the Seavers, we just have to sit tight. Just sit tight.
I'm down with it. I got it queued up on HBO Max, ready to go.
It's coming. And we have another request, too, from... Herman's Head. We have a request for Herman's Head as well.
Oh, yeah. We always talk about Herman's Head. We never did it. Yeah, it's on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, the pilot. You can watch the pilot episode.
I know I found episodes of it, so...
All right. That's all I got. Unless you got anything you want to add on Battlestars.
I'm actually amazed we talked about it for this long.
Yeah, I got nothing either. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, this is a dud of an episode, but yeah, we're done. This ship is gonna sail. So, where can you follow our Wild Ass Adventures? Cat Elsa, the author. Where can you follow us?
You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok at A Very Special Podcast. Do not accept invitations because they are out there. And yeah. Oh, veryspecialpodcast.com. You found us to subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, all that jazz. And always, girl, as always.
Bye.